I do. You like ponder it. We really went out there. There's some weird stuff. That ain't normal.
Okay.
You can't listen to this stuff. It's too late.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna find this. Let's see. Okay. I actually just want. I want the interview.
He likes living in a country.
One of
These
these.
kids aren't getting killed. Culture. And every fucking thing else. There's nothing you won't be able to do to stop.
What's going on, y'all? Bill9263. Shout out to 78 Sports. I seen lots of people come up here and talk like equality or
Okay. You got it. Okay. Let's see who's in the room here. Shalom, everybody. Shalom.
Shalom.
We're gonna get right into it. Who we got up in here? Holy Al, Thomas, Kimberly Thomas, Batia Rue. It's Miche Live 3. Good to see you. Zavijeva, Just Teach, P. Holmes. We got Eve X, Living Kwadesh. And we got Vashti with the Brown Girl Network. Shalom, everybody. I want to get right into this. I want to show y'all something. And I know when we get in this position, y'all, a lot of us are not going to be able to help ourselves. We're not. See, when you look at your enemy as the one that's buttering your bread, it make you act in strange ways, y'all. It really do. Even when you don't have anything to lose, Malachi Brown, husband of Living Kodesh. Shalom, shalom. Hey, y'all, we're not going to be united if we do what I'm about to show you. Y'all, we just can't do it. Hey, y'all, I get it. We are in captive. We are in captivity. No matter where we go in the world, we are captives. We're transferring from one plantation to another. That's it. I went to go apply for a visa. I went to go apply for a visa, and I was learning about all the ins and outs of that because I got a friend in China that I want to visit one day. And I like to visit him like probably by the end of this year. And so I would love to go visit China. I would love to go visit China. And I know this guy from online. I met him online. I even helped teach him English just by casual communicating with him. When I first started talking to him, I couldn't hardly understand anything he was saying. But I said, you know what? I'm going to hang in there. Because the guy seemed really, I was reading his spirit. He seemed really sincere. He seemed really interested in me. So now I've been knowing this guy for 5 years. I have bought things from him. He has helped me secure products from China. And so in my dealings with him, I've seen that he has some character. I've met everybody in his family. He's introduced me to his students in his classroom. This guy want to start a business with me so bad. And he has a zeal for international trade and international business, export, import. And I mean, this guy, he has some vision. This guy has some vision. I wish I could take my whole family there. I really would. And we just stay there for about a month, visiting. I would love to do that. I might take one of my sons with me, my youngest son with me. I could have went last year, but I had a vision that I had to spend a lot of money on, so I didn't go. Shalom, Mariah Israel, shalom. Shalom, Ebony. Ebony. So, but I want to show y'all something, y'all. I want to give you something so you don't be destroyed. And so you don't misappropriate the kindness of people who are enemies of our nation. We're going to be able to have to differentiate between who is our enemy and who is our ally and who is our friend and who is our brother. We're going to have to differentiate these things, y'all. We're going to have to know how to draw the line between allies and brothers. Because we're such an accepting people, we'll call everybody our brother. We'll call everybody our brother. I don't care what they're doing to us. we will confer upon them the title of brother with a quickness. Right as they're stirring in their teacup and saying, sink in the floor, we're going to confer upon them. Yeah, we are. We will confer upon them. Brother, sister, mama, daddy. We will do it. And I'm going to tell you, the Most High is not pleased with this, y'all. And we can look at the residual fallout of this type of behavior and see why we don't have unity with each other. We want everybody to be our brother. When you're in a war, when you're in a spiritual and physical campaign with an enemy, you don't start conferring upon them, brother. You don't do it, y'all. Just because they invite you to do some negotiate, they want to negotiate with you, they want to build something with you, they're not your brother. Just because you're on a friendly basis, it don't mean that they're your brother. Are you going to walk around and are you going to, what man in here, watch this, y'all. What man in here is every time he meets a woman, he going to say, you're my wife? What man in here is going to say, every time you meet a nice lady, a lady that you like, a lady that you're fond of, a lady that you're friendly with, and y'all have some type of platonic relationship, are you going to call her your wife?
No way.
That is so inappropriate. It is very inappropriate. You're already married, and and just because a woman reminds you of your wife, they might look like your wife, they might be shaped like your wife, they might even treat you better than your wife. You don't turn around and start calling them your wife. See, we're going to have to stop this stuff, y'all. We're not thinking things through. Christianity is still possessing our minds. Everybody we see, we call them a brother and sister and smile. No, words have power. The words that you use tell what your mind is thinking. And if you use the words at the wrong time, guess what? You are vulnerable to attack because you're going to let your guard down because you're looking at a person as your brother and your sister. How does your husband feel? Whether you have one or not, how would your husband feel that every time you meet a man, you call him your husband? See, stop, y'all, stop. We're going to stop, y'all. We're going to have to be careful with this stuff. Everybody's your sister. I don't really know nobody else that really does this like our people. And it seems like our men have a greater propensity of doing this than the women. Y'all chime in and let me know if this is y'all experience too. If it's not, it's not. I'm just speaking from my personal experience. An Israelite man will walk up to anybody and say, hey, brother, you go to the Arab store and guess what? They in there calling you brother. The reason why they call you brother is because we call them brother. They don't treat our women like sisters. I tell you that. When they take them to the back of the store, where all that stale lunch meat is. But we call them brothers. They grabbing our women and throwing them on the floor and doing all kind of stuff with our women. But we call them brother. Boy, wow. These people are enemies, but we call them brother. I don't understand that. So what I'm going to do is share my screen with you, and I want to share with you something that is very disturbing. I don't want to end the Sabbath in this fashion, but I wanted to show you this. And boy, we really don't know. We're really like little children. And I'm talking about big, giant, grown men. We're like children. Why? Because white daddy gives us a paycheck. And because white daddy gave us a paycheck, we were able to buy a new car, buy a house, put our kids through school. And so we think that, hey, we should serve them for the rest of our lives because they gave us a paycheck. No, you should know that you're working for your enemy. And even if the particular individual that hired you is not a active enemy, know that the people that's behind him is. Know it, y'all. But everybody's our brother. Y'all, please. Everybody's not your brother. The Bible says that we got enemies. And some of your brothers are your enemies. So you just can't confer that title on everybody. I was in the grocery store and an Arab guy thought I was Muslim and said, "No, I'm not." And his whole demeanor was evil towards me after that. They hate our women. They hate our women. The only ones they really treat nice is the ones they think are the most attractive to them. And you really can't call that right treatment. That's called being an opportunist. So they could turn our women into a jump off. And I can't take it when I see our women in there, our pretty black women going to these stores, Israelite women going to these stores, and these guys are paying them some attention and trying to run game on them, and they in there smiling and stuff and blushing. I was like, wow, amazing. When you go into these stores and have to deal with these people, your face, if you're a woman, your face should be like a stone. I don't care how much they like you or not. Look like a stone. Like, no. But, you know. So let me get this for you. And I want to tell you, this breeds a certain kind of man. And you got to wonder what kind of children they're going to raise.
Shout out to 78 Sports. From time to time, I have a conversation with Charles Barkley, okay? And Richard, one big lie. And I'm going to point that shit out, man. So I'm going to go ahead and play this right quick.
Okay, you probably can't hear this.
We are living at a...
Look at auxiliary cord, please. Look on the floor. Or usually it's on a chair or something. Go get it. I want y'all to see this. This is really bad, y'all. It really makes me want to downgrade my faith in the intelligence of many of our men when I see this kind of behavior. And we're always like deer in headlights when we get before white supremacists. We never have calculated what move they're going to make before they even make it. And I don't like that, because that means that you are being what? Reactive. You're not being proactive. Bachi, help him. Help him find that. I don't know why that core has to leave this table. See if it's hanging up in the computer room. Somebody had to move it. But you all tell me if you can hear this.
A time in which white people are losing social dominance day by day.
You're afraid of being marginalized, right? Welcome to what it feels like to be black.
Wow. Wow. Now I know the black guy, he think he know why this white guy is smiling. He don't know, because he an idiot. Now the black guy think he done said something profound. Yeah, you know how we are. Because we're not strategic, critical thinkers, he think he said something profound. Oh boy, you better not fight with this guy nowhere in no battle and have to strategize. I hope you're not married to him. You better look for a man that got some forethought, because this guy's a clown. You better look for a man that got some forethought, because this guy's going to lead you right into the jaws of death. And look at how the white guy is looking. Look at his eyes. Hey, y'all, when you're in a battle, you can't have nobody that is not on code with you. Because I want to tell you why. This has been my experience. Whenever you get before a group of people and y'all supposed to come as a team, and then guess what? The person with the most wisdom and knowledge is not the go-to person, there's a problem. It's like right or wrong. Yes, there has to be leaders, y'all. There has to be leaders, whether the leader is right or wrong, in righteousness, in achieving righteousness. Okay? Jezreel, no. We don't know proper protocol when you stand before an enemy. We'll start fighting each other right in front of the enemy, disagreeing vehemently. We'll start getting in a vehement disagreement, but when we get in front of an enemy or an opponent, the husband will start arguing with the wife, and the wife will start arguing with the husband. And it's like, what in the world is going on? No, when you get before an opponent, you don't start going back and forth, y'all. Because that shows that somebody don't have some discipline. I bet you wouldn't do this on a job. I bet you wouldn't do this with your employer. But somehow we think we could do it with our brothers, our sisters, our husbands, and our wives. No, there's got to be a leader in the situation. If the husband makes you the leader in the situation and that's your expertise, guess what? That should be the default opinion you go to when you're in front of your enemy. We act like we just We act like we just in front of people that love us or something. That's a part of our family that we could just sit in front of them and disagree. No, that's not the time to disagree, y'all. When those two spies went into what? When the two spies went into Gideon, Jericho, I'm sure there were some things they disagreed on, but they weren't gonna start disagreeing once they got into the daggone Jericho. But you got some people who think so much of their opinion. They don't know what protocol is. They don't know. They wouldn't do this in the army. They wouldn't do it in the Navy. They wouldn't do it nowhere. But they'll do it with family members. They'll do it with brothers and sisters, husbands and wives. Right or wrong, y'all. Yeah, right or wrong. You don't see. We need to know protocol. Hold on a second. We don't disagree with white people when they disagree with us. We don't. But when we disagree with each other, we double down. Why? Because there's no pecking order. We automatically, by default, look at the white man as God. So we don't say nothing else. But let somebody that's like us say something that we don't like, we think is right. It don't even necessarily have to be wrong or right. We're going to make sure they know that, wait a minute, now I don't agree with that. That don't make sense. Wait a minute. It's amazing. You know what they call this in the armed forces? Insubordination. You got to be on the same channel with your people, y'all. You can't start fighting the leaders. That's looking to do the best they can do in righteousness. You can't do that. The Most High has actually set them up.
White folks still dominating the world?
We do dominate the world to an extent. Look at the boards of directors of most corporations, tons of white people and Jews. Yes, but every day, day by day, we are living at a time.
Play this right quick for y'all. One moment.
We are living at a time in which white people are losing social dominance day by day.
Now, the guy's letting you know what he's concerned about. These two guys, they idiots. They can't, that went right over their head. They don't even know what that means. They don't even know what that phrase even spells.
You're afraid of being marginalized, right? Welcome to what it feels like to be black.
Wow. And he's looking at him like, idiot, I don't care nothing about being black. The black guy is saying that like this guy cares about black folk. And look at him smiling. He's like, this guy's a damn idiot. Sorry. This guy's playing chess with two Connect Four checker players. I hate when I see black people acting like this. And they always wonder why you get so mad at them. It's like, man, why are you so upset? It's like, wow, you can't understand why I'm upset and irritable.
You don't think white folks still dominating the world?
We do dominate the world to an extent. Look at the boards of directors.
So he's like, he's looking at him like with all them wrinkles in his head. He's looking at him like, so what's the problem, master? You still on top? You still the big boss, master? That's how he looking at him. I know how black people's mind, most black people's mind, process the type of rhetoric this guy's saying. Well, what's the matter, master?
Of most corporations, tons of white people and Jews. Yes. But every day we hear, oh, isn't this great? There's more diversity in this corporation. Don't we need more people of color in films and movies? Isn't this wonderful? What is the trajectory? Where is the arrow pointing? The arrow is pointing away from white power.
Okay, so
I like that. He said the arrow is pointing away from white power. You know why? They know that their kingdom is coming to an end. And guess what black people going to do? Black people going to get alarmed. Well, we going to do everything in our power, master, to keep you on your perch. Boy, our people are something else. I hate to use strong language, but y'all, I'm going to tell you something. When the Most High kills off the tares, y'all, it's going to be horrifying, even to the people that are not killed. It's going to be a horror story. These guys can't make it like this, y'all. You know what kind of kids they having? The spawn of these two men
do dominate the world to an extent, like he said, but they not dominating everything like they used to. You know, they not. Okay, I don't want to come on our channels and troll and shit.
Okay.
Get your bit.
I am gonna become a minority in the United States. But what do I want from?
All right, you heard that?
Okay.
In the United States. But what do I want from?
All right, you heard it? Two niggas.
In my lifetime, what's going to probably happen is that I am going to become a minority in the United States. But what do I want from?
All right, you heard that? And that's why a lot of white people voted for Donald Trump. All right, because he's afraid that eventually he's going to become the minority.
My great-grandchildren, I do want them to live in a white society, a European empire.
You don't.
See, this right here is like throwing water on an electrical current, the minds of these two guys. They don't know how to, they want to love this guy. They want to love this guy. And they're like, man, you making it, man, we don't know how to love you. Now, they don't know that they work for guys that's just like this guy. They just don't verbalize it. They're not as verbose with their rhetoric as this guy is. They want to be friends and go over to barbecues and all that kind of stuff like they do. These are men of what people would call success and prominence. They're like, man, we can't come over your house and eat no waffles.
Consider yourself a racist.
I would never say something like, I don't like black people.
All right, and that's his lie.
Okay, well, it's really not a lie. Wait, I mean, it's really not a lie. The guy's basically sitting there telling him that he is a racist. I wouldn't even ask that question. That question is a non sequitur. I wouldn't even ask that question. It's just a waste of time, y'all. The guy's telling you he's a racist. He's talking about white supremacy, imperialism all over the world. And you're going, are you a racist? Well, you think, stop it, boy.
A racist.
I would never say something like, I don't like black people.
All right, and that's his lie right there.
No, he didn't lie. He just said he wouldn't say it. He just wouldn't say it to them. He's telling you he don't like us.
You said all of that shit, but you're trying.
Oh, okay. Okay. Hey, y'all. Parental discretion as advised. Okay, because I listened to this earlier and I don't remember what this guy said and all this. Now I know Richard Spencer gave a few words and I know about when he gonna say it, so I could pause it. But this other guy who's a commentator, I can't remember both of those.
To say that you don't like black people.
I don't want to hear
that with me, y'all.
I mean, that's not what I'm about.
You don't want me in your neighborhood.
Right. I mean, I think the country is fragmenting because at the end of the day, racial differences cannot fundamentally be breached ever.
What?
I can't have a white woman? I can't get a white girlfriend? What? Man, you crazy. Don't think that a black man is not thinking that when a white supremacist say this. The first thing he's thinking about is bedding a white woman. Don't think it. Don't think it, y'all. Don't think it. He's horrified by the idea of having to be with a black woman. That's where this shock is coming from. What? I got to be with a black woman? Oh, no. I want Becky.
Lots of people will come up here and talk about equality.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
Or you're the slave owner.
I'm not going to help the situation by being a conservative that says, "Oh, I'm colorblind. We're all the same. God created us equal." That's bullshit.
Ah! That's it. That's it. It's nothing else. It's nothing else. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was it.
Wait,
And you know, bullshit never helps.
You don't believe in equality at all?
No.
Wow. The only people that believe in equality is people like Charles Barkley. We want to be equal. I don't want to be equal with these people. I either want to be below them or above them. And right now, we're supposed to be below them. Right now, we're supposed to be below them. And I'm fine with that. But I want to do everything I can in my power at the bottom to get to the top. Don't think that I'm satisfied with being at the bottom.
Equality? No, that's nonsense. There's no equality in nature.
That very powerful point. Very powerful point. There is no equality in nature. There's equity. And I think people get equity and equality mixed up and don't know the difference between the two. We always want to be equal to white people. And I believe there's a curse that goes along with wanting to be equal to a group of people that are sadists, that are devil worshipers, pedophiles, rapists, colonialists. I think there's a big problem that the Most High has with people who say they want to be equal to these people. That means you're setting your affections on things of the earth and not above. Whatever we want to be like, it's got to be above what these people are, not on par.
There's difference.
That right there, they couldn't handle it. Now, I don't know how much this has been edited.
You know, we don't want anything different in life.
Y'all watch this. Watch this. He think he's saying something really warm and fuzzy and provocative.
Than you do.
Look at the white guy's face when he says that.
In life than you do.
He like, I want to kill you. I want to kill you. And you saying that you don't want, you don't know what we want, brother. See, he has this altruistic view of our enemy. That's why he could sit here and say this garbage about this demon.
Are you sure about that? You just want what white people want?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes, I only want what white mommy and daddy wants. That's all I want. And look how he's lit up when he said it. Yup, see, you got it. Hey, y'all, he's getting it. He's getting it, see?
Yes.
I want a good family.
Yeah.
I want a good job. I want my daughter to live in a world where she's like, doesn't have to worry about discrimination.
When he says he want a good what? A good what?
Family.
Good family, a good job, a good house. He want one just like his enemy. You see why the Most High have to kill most of us? That's all we want out of life. Because this guy right here, he ain't gonna be sharing that stuff with his people. No, he gonna be sharing it with his wife's people. And I bet you this guy got a white wife somewhere. I haven't Googled it or nothing, but I bet you he got a white wife.
And that's why he do the majority of buck dancing. And he do.
That's all we want. But in your world, if you get your dream, you're going to kill our dreams. That's the problem.
That's what the Bible says. He said Esau, he said you will be hated for all nations for my name's sake. He said Esau is your enemy. And he can't understand that.
It's like you want to put your foot on our throats.
Duh. This guy is slow. It's like, man, it's like, no, not like. I want to put my foot on your throat. See, you can't go to war with this guy, y'all. Because if you fighting side by side with this coon, guess what he's going to do? He's going to say, don't shoot, man. I think surrendering. They throwing up a white flag. They throwing up a white flag. Shoot like hell. No. We ain't under no Geneva Convention with this war. Oh, no. They got up a white flag. Well, guess what? They about to die. I know. And guess what? You're going to have to shoot this guy because he's going to try to stop you. Look at this. Look at this guy mocking them. He's turning red.
Look at him.
All Charles is talking about, all I'm talking about is we want those 3 American values.
Woo, see, we want to be Americans. We want to be Irish, Italian, German. We want to be French. And when I say that, I mean in spirit.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Mm-hmm. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Sounds very Enlightenment. Kind of, I'm tempted to say a faggy, to be honest.
He just called them 2 fags with a smile on his face. And because he's smiling, they probably not that insulted because he's white. So that's going to take. But if he was black and said this, he said that sounds kind of faggoty. And these guys, they got their head all up this guy's nostrils.
Liberty and the pursuit of happiness.
He's mocking them. This guy don't suppose to have any power over them. But look how docile they're sitting here listening to this guy. They ain't turned up or nothing, but let this guy be black. Let him be an Israelite, a so-called black man, and boy, his suit would be ripped up by now.
Look, you know what? One thing I don't like about this whole.
Okay, I don't want to hear what you got to say.
It's and all that shit.
400 years. Yeah. You've oppressed my people. Okay, and the rhetoric you're spewing is more oppression. The generation I come from and the generations to come are not going to stand for that because we're not going backwards.
Look at this, y'all. This guy is bad. Oh, boy.
And the rhetoric you're spewing is more oppression.
Yeah. See, they think they're going to pull on his heartstrings. See, you're talking about more oppression. You don't want to do that. He's like, yeah, I do. But these guys too slow. You can't be in no battle with these guys.
The generation I come from and the generations to come are not going to stand for that because we're not going backwards. We're here now, whether you like the equality or not. And it's nothing that this country can do except for embrace their American values for every American and the millions of people that want to become American. So what needs to happen is the world as you see it right now, you need to start embracing the world where we see it, and we can come to some understanding.
Wow. This guy is telling them that he hates their guts. And look what the black guy's talking about, coming together with the devil. See, I'm telling you, you better not have these guys on your team. I'm telling you. You're going to have enough spiritual discernment to discern this type of character, and you're going to have to deal with these guys. Don't even let them come in. So you don't have to kill them.
Well, we can coexist, okay?
Because see, he's just mocking them. So we can coexist.
Because this is what's going to happen.
They ain't got to do that.
Your great-great-grandkids are going to be brown.
Woo.
Okay, so he says the biggest threat, or what you call that, clapback that he can give in this whole conversation is this.
Your great-great-grandkids are going to be brown.
Let me interpret that. Your great-great-grandkids are going to be brown. In other words, he's saying, I'm going to have sex with one of your daughters, or my children going to have sex with one of your daughters, and you're going to have a great-great-grandchild. That's our threat to them. They talked about killing us, and our threat is, well, one day you're going to have a brown baby. No, you don't say that in the middle of no war. This is homosexual faggot type of effeminate. I don't even want to put this on women. I don't even want to put this on a woman. This is not no manly behavior, y'all. It really is not. This is some faggot, homosexual, transvestite, bestiality, perverted stuff. One day, while you trying to kill us, one day you're going to have a black baby. Because one of my children is going to get your daughter pregnant. Wow. So if you start, what's going on? So I'm never going to levy a threat against a person, this type of threat against a person who talking about killing me, enslaving me. I'm never going to give the latent threat that, hey, one day one of my grandchildren is going to get one of your daughters pregnant. That's nowhere in on the itinerary. I'm gonna be like, one day I'm gonna kill off everybody in your family. That's my threat. I could care less about sleeping with a white woman. That's and look at how his eyes is looking. He's looking like, this guy is an idiot. He's like, wow, that's the best you can do. I said I'm basically going to kill you, and you're saying one of your children going to get my daughter pregnant. That's the ultimate threat that you can levy against me. After I have mocked you guys and called you fags or something else, we don't have no guts. And I'm putting it lightly. Hey, y'all, I really apologize for the profanity that was in here, the expletives that were in here, and we about finished.
Woo. Look at that.
Okay, that's enough. But basically, that's all I wanted to show you all. Okay, y'all. That's basically all I want to show y'all. What do y'all think of that? What do y'all think of that? See, black people we don't have a warrior spirit. Our love is so great for our enemies. Our love is so great for our enemies. The only thing that we can think about is having sex with their daughters. Reproducing mixed kids, so-called mixed kids. Mamsers and bastards. That's all we could think about. They're trying to kill us, and all we thinking about is getting into the big house and sleeping with Massa's wife. Wow. Wow. Hey, y'all. That's what Stockholm Syndrome is, y'all. Shalom, Fatima Reed. Long time no see. This is the pinnacle. I'm glad you said that, Mariah Israel. It is idolatry. We just want to be Americans. And I'm gonna show you something. I want to show you something in the book of Acts, so everybody know that I'm not double talking. I want to show you something in Acts chapter 2, verse 5. Hey, baby. Where's your mama? Mom. What you gonna eat, baby? Oh, okay. Melchizedek. Come here. Yeah. So yeah. Hey, y'all. You can't be no team member with a person like this. If you got a person like this in your family, you need to start working on them. If you're married to a person like this, you need to start praying real hard. You're going to have to start praying real hard, male or female. If you got a mate that's got this type of attitude, you got a huge problem on your hands, because they're passing this ideology down to your children. Hello, can you hear me now? Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Shalom, shalom, shalom. Hello? Can anyone hear me? And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men. Oh, good, good. Now give me verse 6. I want to show y'all something. Okay, good. Good. Give me verse 6, 7. I want to show you something, because I don't want you to think that I'm double-minded. So watch this. Let me say something about being double-minded. When the Bible talk about a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, let me unpack that for you, because let me give you some real good insight here about this scripture. What's that? James 1:22. We're going to get back to Acts, but I just want to, let's look at this scripture. James 1:22. Oh, that's not James 1:22. What is that? Was that First Peter? A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. First Peter, James. What did I say? James 1:8. Yeah, it's James 1:8. Not James 1:22. Yeah, it says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Let me tell you this, y'all. Hey, y'all, don't throw this around carelessly, being double-minded. There's a criteria for determining whether a person is double-minded, okay? There is a criteria by which you can determine if a person is double-minded. It's a visual. Come here, baby. Close that. No, what you doing? So the Bible says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Let me unpack that for you. When the Bible says double-mindedness is based on a character flaw, y'all. Let me tell you what it's not, okay? If a person one day teaches one thing and then they come back and teach another thing, it don't necessarily mean they're double-minded. They might not see the disconnect or the connection, you see? They might just be making an error in judgment, but it don't mean that they're double-minded. See, when you're a double-minded person, it means that you are not hot or cold in your character. Or not just your character in serving the Most High, but your character as it relates to whatever you say you believe in. So being double-minded is not just based on an incidental mistake. It's based on a life trajectory. That's what double-mindedness is, y'all. So if a person contradicts themselves, because maybe they didn't think something through, and this is incidental, that's not necessarily double-mindedness. It could be, but it's not necessarily. Being a double-minded person, it's based on character. It's not the occasional deed or misdeed, good deed or misdeed, but it is the trajectory of the life, the mind, the character. You see, we can make mistakes, we can make errors and still not be double-minded. But when somebody brings the error to you, what do you do then? And there's undubable proof that you're wrong. What do you do? So I just wanted to give a little breakdown of what double-mindedness is. I wanted to give you a good picture of what double-mindedness is. Double-mindedness is based on a embedded character flaw that has been nurtured by the heart and mind. That's how you get character flaws, period. No matter what they are. Okay, now let's go back to Acts chapter 2. I want to show you this. Acts chapter 2, verse 7. And they were all amazed and marveled one with another. Behold, are not all these which speak Galileans? And how hear every man our own tongue wherein we were born? All that means is, how is it that every man that is here can hear the country that they were born in? It's not their nationality, but they were born there. And these are, in fact, Jews, based on verse 5. And they were all amazed and marveled, saying one to another, behold, are not all these which speak Galilean? And how hear we every man our own tongue, wherein we were born? Parthians. Now look what they are called. Look what these Jews are called. The Jews are called Parthians, Medes. Why are they called these things, y'all? Not because it's their nationality. It's because that's the nation that they were born in. That's it. That's it, y'all. Parthians and Medes. So when I say that we are not Americans, I mean it in the vein of that's not our nationality. That is not our biblical nationality and designation. But wherever you are born, that's really where you are a citizen of, not your nationality, however. The Medes, the Elamites, the dwellers at Mesopotamia, and in Judea, Cappadocia, Pontus, and Asia, Pergia, Pamphylia, in Egypt, and in the parts of Libya, about Cyrene, and strangers of Rome, Jews and proselytes, Cretes and Arabians, do hear them speak in our tongues the wonderful works of Yahuwah. Now, watch this, y'all. I'm going to show you the flip side of this. The reason why we see our people here designated as all these nations because they live there. And the Most High was gathering his people from different parts of the world. This was a what you call that? A beta test of what's going to happen in the last days. This is a beta test of what is going to happen in the last days. Okay? What happens in the last days is going to be the alpha test. What happened in Acts chapter 2 is the beta test. You see? So now watch this. Because all of these different nations are mentioned here, guess what that is a foreshadow of also? Not only what's going to happen in the future with Israel, but what's going to happen in the future with the other nations that come up to Israel, and they come and worship at our feet. Yes, that's another reason why these nations are mentioned. Anybody get that? Is that make sense to anybody? This is why we know this is the archetype, the prototype, the antitype. Let me say that. We are going to be the type. No, this is a type. We're going to be the antitype. we're going to be the real deal. Okay? So you see in Acts chapter 6 an example of how he's going to gather us from the four corners of the earth. But because he mentions us in the form of these nations, it shows that after he has gathered Israel again, after he's separated the wheat from the tares, guess what? He's going to call, does that make sense, Vashti? He's going to call his people who know they're supposed to be under Israel, he's going to call them out of Babylon. But first he has to call Israel out of Babylon. And after he calls us out, and y'all, all this stuff that I'm talking is the harvest. This is stuff that you're not going to hear in a Hebrew Israelite camp. See, these things are hidden from the wise. And the Most High has showed these things to fools to confound the wise. And when it says the wise, it's not talking about Esau. It's talking about the wise Pharisees, Sadducees, camps, Herodians, zealots. Yeah, the wise that are among us, and they know that they're Israelites, or they believe they're Israelites. So yeah, and look at verse 5, y'all. Verse 5 lets us know. Hold on a second. We got some popcorn popping here. It's a real big bread. It's bigger than the other one. Yeah. Who's going with you? Oh, okay. You should take one of your sons with you. So look at this, y'all. Look at this. See, this is what's hidden from their eyes. This is what's hidden from Israelites' eyes. They can't see through this. You're going to have a spirit that's inclined to hear the living prophets and those that can prophesy, to be able to see what I'm about to show you. Watch this. Acts chapter 2, verse 5. And there were dwelling at Jerusalem. Watch this, y'all. This is where they're going to miss it. Jews. See, that's all they see. That's how Israelites see. Jews. But look what it says next. Devout men out of every nation under heaven. That's an example of what he's going to do with the rest of the nations, y'all. One of the reasons why the Most High spread us to all the other nations, and we became Gentiles, we became Hellenized Jews, that was to let us know that he can and will save other nations. Hey, y'all, don't that make sense, y'all? That's the that is the antitype. No, the type. That is the type to let you know that he can and will save those of the other nation. Look what he's saying about his Hellenized people. They dress like the other nations. They live like the other nations. They was raised by the other nations. Now, a lot of the stuff that they learned from the other nations, guess what? It's going to have to, that stuff is going to have to be purged off. Because we made ourselves abominable when we live with those other nations. And he's showing here in Acts chapter 2 that he can save from the utmost, from the guttermost to the uttermost. That's what he's trying to say. Now, if he could do that with us, why we think that he can't do that with nobody else? And we were actually them. We were actually them in the vein of we live like them, we ate like them, we dressed like them, we thought like them, we raised our children like them, sent them to the same schools, university, we had the same dreams that those other nations had for their children. But he can't save them. Now we're actually them. We have morphed into them through Hellenization, but he can't save them. See, the Bible says he's mighty to save. It don't make sense. And hey, don't get it twisted. Most of them are going to have to die. And if most of them don't die, they're going to repent. We read that earlier over there in Zechariah 14. So that's the example. That's what they can't see. It's hidden in plain sight. It's hidden in plain sight in obvious scriptures that he is going to save the other nations. That's what we read earlier today in Malachi chapter 1:11. So y'all, this is not making sense, y'all. But people that's like Charles Barkley, y'all, they in too deep. You know why? They got rich looking to white daddy. They just can't make it, y'all. They can't make it. And I'll tell you why they can't make it. If you go to John chapter 19, verse 16, the rich young ruler, he said, Yahushua told him, he said, hey, sell everything you have, give it to your people, and come follow me. And he couldn't do it. Charles Barkley worked too hard to get next to white daddy and support white supremacy. You could tell it in the way that he's addressed talking to this guy. He will not let that go. He's not gonna let that go, y'all. He's in too deep. He's not gonna share none of that with his people. None of it. That stuff is laid up. Do Charles Barkley's wife, is she white? She gotta be. If this guy don't have a white wife, I'm gonna go crazy. It don't even make sense why he would have a black woman, an Israelite woman. It don't even make sense the way he thinks. Please. The Bible says you're gonna know a tree by the fruit. I don't know what kind of wife he got. Charles Barkley's wife. Yep, she white as white. She is Nordic as Nordic. I kind of figured that. He picked the whitest one he could find. And it looked like some of these kids are not his. So he really cooned out. Wow. He's going to make another man's kids rich. Wow. He couldn't even find a Becky that didn't have kids. Wow. He couldn't even go find a woman that didn't have kids. So he's making somebody else's children rich. Wow. This guy, now I want to tell you, that's kind of rare. Is anybody with me on this? Why don't somebody come over and talk to me? I won't put a link in the room. I know most people don't like coming over and all that. And I know most people are on cell phones, so you can't come over. You probably got to download some special app. But I would like for somebody to come over and talk to me. Help me, please. I'm not ashamed to say I need some help. So you had to go find a woman with kids. You couldn't find no woman that didn't have kids, brother. Come on, y'all. So you're going to make her kids rich, somebody else's offspring rich. Man, we are something else. And I didn't expect that. That's something rare to see. That's something rare to see, a black man raising a white man's kids and making them rich. That lets you know he don't want to give nothing to a black person. And it's really interesting. It's really interesting in this photograph I'm looking at. He got his hands around all the white kids, but his hands is not on the black daughter that he had with her. His hands is not touching the black daughter. The people that's the closest to him in the photograph is, guess who? The other man's daughter, son, and the wife. But the daughter, she's the furthest away from him. He ain't touching her. And then there's a little white girl. He can't touch her because she's real short and small. It's like, wow. It's like, wow. Yeah, they don't get, no, the guys with the black wives don't get no media coverage because they don't want that type of imagery out there. And the only time they do show the black guys with a black wife is on some little ratchet little basketball wives show. And they always, and apparently, I don't watch these shows. I watch clips of them, but they pick the most ratchet basketball wives to put on these shows. Just the most ratchet. I don't care how much education they have. I don't care how many parts of the world they went to. You talking ratchet. They are unwatchable. I would not watch those shows. Basketball wives, it just sound bad. And then when I saw that most of the women were black, I was like, oh God. I just felt a emptiness in my gut. Nobody's coming over. Everybody's on cell phones. I feel lonely. But anyway. Derek Jeter was loved by all, but you would never see his black dad out front. Yeah, they hate the black father. Look at Serena. Look at Serena. Look at Beyonce's father. Why all these men get divorced? They raise up giants in sports and in entertainment. Why do they always get divorced? Why? Because the black man is in charge, okay? He handling his business. They going after LeVar Ball the same way they went after Beyonce's father, the same way they went after who else father? Who's that? Oscar De La Hoya? Beyonce's father. They hate when a black man is strong, boy, and handling his business. And these are the same people that tell you to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Well, your bootstraps is your children. And while you bending over to pull them up, guess what? They kicking you in the backside. I don't want to hear nobody say pull yourself up by your bootstraps. I just get irritated. Nobody wants to see a black father handling his business. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the what's the name? The Jackson 5 father. Why is it that there is a pattern that when you have a strong, dominant father, why is he always kicked to the curb? They did it with Oscar De La Hoya's father. They said he was involved too much. Look at what's his name? Mayweather's father. In a way, he's kicked to the curb too. He's not married to that boy's mama. He not with her no more. Well, of course, he probably was a player pimp because you know, he got that player pimp vibe. You know. But I mean, our women have stayed with men who were players and pimps. I wouldn't be surprised, y'all, if they are making deals. They say, hey, in order for you to be successful, we got to get rid of your daddy. And if you don't play game, you know what? We're going to start sabotaging your career. Y'all do not think that, y'all. It's called buck breaking. It's just a modern day form of buck breaking. That's all it is. It's the modern day form of buck breaking. That's all it is. And the more prolix and verbose you are with these people, guess what? The bigger the bullseye on your head. But anyway, so we covered Acts chapter 2. We looked at James 1 and what's that? James 1:8, I think that was. All this is about the harvest, y'all. I hope you all were blessed. He's kicked to the curb too. He's not married to that boy's mom. He's not with her no more. Well, of course, he probably was a player pimp because you know, he got that player pimp vibe. Okay, what's going on here? You know. But so yeah. And I'm gonna tell you something. It's just amazing, y'all. I think these guys, these real rich black guys, they have to cut deals to stay with their wives. I wouldn't be surprised. I know a lot of infidelity goes on. Okay, so let's put that out front. But I think, y'all, that's something that they don't want to see. They don't want to keep seeing no black man. All it is, and more prolix and verbose. Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Matter of fact, speaking of the harvest, I want to show you something right quick in Matthew 13. Because I thought about this after I quit. Like I said, y'all, it's so much stuff to the harvest. It's like ridiculous. You go through the whole Bible and teach the rest of your life on the harvest. Really, you can. Because the harvest is all about the time that the fruit of the Spirit, which is character, is developing. So you're never going to hear me stop talking about character. You're never going to hear me stop talking about character. If I end up with Alzheimer, most high forbid, I'm going to be talking about character. I'm not going to forget that. I want to show you something that trips people up in Matthew 13 about this harvest. Oh, you tried to join, Mariah? Oh, man. Man, please try again. Somebody tried to join. That makes me feel good. It was the thought that counted. Oh, man. There's the link again, so you don't have to keep scrolling back.
Am I on there?
Man, I wish you could come on over. Oh, there she is. She's there. Awesome. Hold on. much stuff to the harvest. It's like ridiculous. Oh, wait a minute. I got that. The rest of your life. Oh, turn off your other yeah, mute that other window you got. There you go. Go ahead. Talk to me.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, but you have to mute that other window
Okay.
where I'm playing.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure how to do that.
Just push the pause button on that window where it's playing.
Where would that be at?
Okay, you know where the chat room is? The screen right next to the chat room.
Hold on.
Yeah, just push the pause button. Or you could turn down the volume. Either or. Hello, you there? Oh, I can't hear you. I don't know if you can hear me. Hello? Mariah, you're in the room. The way you do it is you just press the mute button. You go back to the browser. You got a Google Hangout browser window open, but you go to the window that's behind that window, right where the chat room is at, and then you press mute just by clicking on the speaker icon. Hey, Karen Rogers, what's going on? Shalom, shalom. But anyway, I want to share until Mariah gets the audio technical problems sorted out. I want to show you this. This is why people think Matthew chapter 13 is the second coming of Yahushua. Because when they get to verse 49, this is what they see. Be at the end of the world. See, they see that phrase, end of the world, and everybody say, okay, that's Yahushua. No, no, it's not. No, it's not. I'll prove it to you. So shall it be at the end of the world. The angel shall come forth and sever the wicked from among the just. This doesn't happen at the second coming of Yahushua. This has to happen way before he comes. In his personal appearance, okay? So shall it be at the end of this world. The angel shall come and forth. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Go ahead. You have something
Okay,
to say?
can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear.
Oh, okay. Shalom. Sorry about that. My phone had froze up.
Oh, okay.
But I was just wondering if you could just re-explain about the beta testing. I think I kind of missed that. I kind of got the tail end of it, and I was wondering if you could re-explain it.
Oh, okay. What was I talking about then? What was I talking about then when I mentioned the beta?
I think it was like it pertained to like
I got it.
Acts chapter 2.
Right. See, the beta test is happening with us. Okay, we're the beta test.
Okay.
See, we became Gentiles, right?
Right.
Because, not because our nationality changed, but because we were in the diaspora.
Okay.
All right, now watch this. Because we were spread all over the world and we became Hellenized, not only Hellenization by way of the Greeks, okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a short in this little cord here. It's an old camera. I probably just need a new one. But anyway, I touched it too, so I'm not supposed to touch this. But anyway, so the Most High wants to show Israel that he does have a love for the other nation. It's not like the love he has for Israel, though.
Okay.
That's where Israelites got it right. But it's muddy, though. It's skewed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, they like to say that the Most High only loves Israel, and that's it. I know. It's like, boy, this is muddy. Okay, we need to just sort this out.
Right.
Yes, you're right. I will concede, yes, he does love Israel in a special and exclusive way. A way that he don't love everybody else. I don't have a problem with that. However, he does love the other nations, but not like he loves us.
Okay.
It's just like you have a favorite pair of shoes, or you have a favorite color.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you like green. You think it's a pretty color. What's your favorite color, Mariah?
Purple.
Okay, beautiful. That's my daughter's favorite color. I love purple. It's a hard one. Purple is a very beautiful color.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just love it. I love the different shades and tones of purple. And I think, to me, characteristically, purple is the most character-rich color. That's just to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I like yellow too. I like purple.
Uh-huh.
I like red, but not like I like purple. I like blue, not like I like purple. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I do have a love for those other colors, but it's not like I love purple. I love purple velvet.
Mm-hmm.
Or faux suede. A purple faux suede. It's just so beautiful with some gold trim on it.
Right.
You see? And so now you see I just mixed some colors, right?
Right.
See? But the dominant color I like is purple. But I would like, my next color I would like to go with purple is gold. Gold edging. I don't care what it is. If I had a ring, I would have the gold edge and ring. If I had a gold ring, which one day I'm going to get a gold ring made,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to edge it in gold. And I want to put the Tough logo on it. I want to give one to my wife, one to my daughter,
That's nice.
one to my son. And they're going to have them in their favorite colors. You see?
Mm-hmm.
So when I talked about the beta test of salvation, the antitype, no, the type of salvation is Israel. That lets us know that he's going to save people from the other nations.
Okay.
That's proof that he's going to save the other nations. Because what? We were Romans. We were Greeks. We were Africans.
Mm-hmm.
We were Chinese. We are Chinese. We are Americans as citizens, not nationality. And so that right there, when you go to Acts chapter 2,
Mm-hmm.
that lets you know, why is the Most High going to save us and we live like all these other nations, but he's not going to save them?
Mm-hmm.
We actually even worshiped like them. We even worship the gods that they worship. Now, he's not going to save us as we're worshiping their gods, but the book of Hosea says that in the place where it was said, ye are not my people, there shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living Yahuwah. That means when they were not his people, they were not the sons of the living Yahuwah.
Okay.
They were Gentiles. They were heathen. They were Hellenists. So that right there is the die being cast to let us know that he is going to save the other nation, but they're going to be saved under us. And the only way they're going to be saved is through us and by us. Because after he cleans us up, see, we can't save nobody right now.
Okay. Yeah.
We can't, please stop it. No, we can't save them. How can the lost save somebody? The Bible says if the blind lead the blind, they both fall in the ditch.
Yeah, that's true.
The Bible says where there's no vision, the people perish. Are we perishing?
Yes.
I just showed you a good example in this video. We are destroyed. So yeah, a purification of purging has to happen. And this is one of the reasons why I'm on YouTube preaching the gospel of the kingdom of Israel.
Okay.
This is the reason why I'm on here. So we can develop character, the fruits of the spirit, Galatians 4:21 and 22. That's why I'm on here. I know everybody's shouting about we Israelite and all this stuff. I get it. I get it. Really. But we Israelites, but we ain't got no character.
All right.
And a lot of us, I'm going to tell you this, a lot of us that screaming that we're Israelite, we have a real strong, ardent affection for Esau. And I'm going to prove it to you because that spirit is in us. And whenever that spirit, even in us, as people of color, is threatened, we put up a zealous assault to protect it. Look at these two guys here.
Right.
They were literally sitting down with the spirit of Esau. And I want to tell you something. If you, I know people argue on whether or not Esau is the Arabs and Esau is whoever, whatever he is, the white man and the, okay, all right, y'all. Okay. I get it. But my thing is this, y'all. I'm way more concerned about the spirit of Esau. Now, when you cast the net that wide, it's going to be very few devils going to be able to try to penetrate, get through your defenses. They're not going to be able to penetrate your defenses because I got a ton of people in my family and they are Esau to the bone.
Right.
And I don't trust them no more than I trust Charles Barkley and that other little guy who was on there with him. Oh no. Oh no. I got both eyes on them bucks. watching every move, weighing every word. I'm straining the syntax of every sentence because I already know where they're going to go.
Right.
Before they get there. These two guys sitting here, it's like they don't know where this guy's going. You've been in America too long not to know where your enemy's going to go.
Right.
And they sitting there shocked, looking shocked. It's like, oh boy, these guys got Stockholm syndrome. These guys just where is the teacup and the spoon? That's where is the teacup and the spoon? That's all I want to know.
I think that's a good analogy because I felt they were under a deep hypnosis. And like you said, the spoon and the teacup, that's a perfect example.
Exactly. Just sitting there with that guy, he hypnotized them. Their feelings was hurt. Just like Chris when he went to the sunken place. Chris was in the sunken place and couldn't figure out, why is this white woman doing this to me? It's like, wow. You've been in America all this time and you don't know why? See, you can't trick me into the sunken place. I already know that I'm there.
Right.
I'm in the mode of Chris when he's sitting in that chair. And he's thinking about how to escape.
Yeah.
Hey, we all been to the sunken place, y'all. That's how we got here. But y'all, it's no reason to continue to try to build a castle in the sunken place.
Right, right.
That's one thing I liked about the movie. At least Chris knew. At no point you saw him comfortable in the sunken place. No point. I'm glad that Jordan Peele didn't show him comfortable in the sunken place and just settled for that.
Right, right.
Now, the other people that was in the movie, you could tell that they got well, when the one guy came out because of the flash of light, at least he tried to warn Chris.
Right.
And he knew it was basically over with him because he already went through the whole operation procedure.
Right, right.
So they didn't have what Chris had. They wasn't intuitive enough to wake up at any point. So much so that they got lobotomized. And Charles Barkley and this other guy was sitting there lobotomized. And I'm like astonished.
Yeah.
See, when you're sitting there astonished, that's how you get lobotomized. Your reaction time has to be quick and swift. You can't be trying to keep rationalizing and hemming and hawing and trying to convince them. No, you're wasting valuable time.
Right, correct.
It's time now to wage an assault. But they've been in the sunken place so many times.
Right. I think you made a pivotal point is that they have to recognize that they're even in a sunken place.
But it's hard to convince somebody, Mariah, that you're in a sunken place when you're rich.
Yeah.
Because he'll look at me and laugh at me and mock me. It's like, look at this guy. He's telling me I'm in the sunken place. Look at him. You know how much money I got? You know how white my wife is? You know how many white men kids I'm taking care of and raising and make rich? You got all black kids and I'm living better than you. Are you really though? Are you really?
Yeah, that's a good question.
No, you're not living better than me, brother. I'm free. I got a freedom that you wouldn't ever know nothing about. You wouldn't even desire it if it was given to you. And for that, I'm happy. He said, what? Blessed are they that say they are Jews, and what is that? Revelation, I think 2:9 is what I want, not 3:9, 2:9. So yeah, so that's what I meant by the alpha and beta test.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you for explaining it.
Yeah. So yeah, what there's all the Bible says that which hath been is now. That which is to be have already been.
Mm-hmm.
And the Most High required that which is past. He said the first, look what he said. He said the first. Hold on a second. The first will be last, and the last will be first.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said in Matthew 20. Now, you can look at this two types of ways. The first will be last. And the Bible tells us in 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 9, Esau is the end of the world, but Jacob is the beginning of that which would follow. So he says the first shall be last. The first is Esau.
Right.
This is their heaven, y'all. They get their heaven first. This is their heaven. And the last shall be first. That's what the Bible tells us in Matthew chapter 20, verse 16.
Okay.
And Matthew 19:30. So the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Who came out first, Esau or Jacob?
Esau.
Exactly. So who's going to be first one day?
Jacob.
Jacob. Now, if Jacob is going to be first, if Jacob's going to be last, no, let me say it this way. If Jacob is going to be in first place one day, who one day is going to be in second place?
Esau.
Yeah, Esau. Now, I know they're going to run over to Obadiah. And they say Esau is going to be utterly destroyed. And hey, I ain't got no problem with that. Not one of them is going to be left. Hey, no problem, no problem. But I think where they're going wrong is they're thinking that there's not going to be a single Edomite left. But it's not going to be a single. Watch this, watch this. Hey, Stephen, what's going on, man?
Hey, doing all right. Shalom, shalom.
Good, good, good. I love this. I'm glad somebody else joined in. That's good.
Yeah.
I appreciate Mariah, but it's nice. I'm not trying to discount that.
We know we know what you meant.
Yeah.
The Bible says two are better than one. Okay.
Right.
Threefold cord cannot be. Oh, this is your husband.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Stephen.
Yeah.
Okay, so good.
Yeah.
That's even better. So actually, I got one on here. So yeah, so that's good. That's cool. That's good.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you have something you want to say, brother?
Yeah, you know what? I was just thinking, I believe if I remember correctly with that video, I think Charles Barkley made the comment that he was shocked. I think that didn't he say something to the effect that he couldn't believe that this type of racism still existed or something of that nature?
Yeah, he did say that. I didn't play that part, but he did say that.
Yep. And that right there just really gets under my skin, is that we still have so-called black people today making that statement when we've got so many examples. So on a daily basis, we still find ourselves making that comment. And I just think it's utterly, where have you been, brother? That's all I can think when someone says that.
I want to tell you where he's been. Building sandcastles in the sunken place.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, this is crazy. It's crazy, man. I'm telling you, these people, you can't have them on your team. You can't cut them any slack. because they're gonna sabotage your effort. If they see the white man put his gun down or his rocket launcher down, guess what? We're gonna be like, oh, oh, see, yeah, you don't kick a man when he's down. No, it's like, wait a minute. It's like, okay, first of all, before we dispatch him, we're gonna take care of you first. Because you're not, because if you start getting that kind of sympathy, now I could see you wince a little bit because we got to put that work in. I get that. But when you start making arguments to protect the enemy, when they are actually using their surrender tactics as a sabotage tactic, see, no, these guys are too dangerous.
Right.
All right.
They are very dangerous to us. But we want to, like the other guy said, if we could just find a common ground. It's like, and the guy sitting there like mocking him, like, wow, these guys are idiots.
Yep.
I mean, the guy's upset because the guy don't want to be his friend. They came there to be his friend and recruit him.
Right.
These are the most dangerous black people.
Yeah. Completely ill prepared, because he's been on multiple talk shows, and I'm sure before they invited him on his show, I'm pretty sure they were aware of this guy, aware of what he's teaching, the rhetoric that he's spewing. And you come to this meeting this ill prepared, this this shocked at what he's saying.
Right. I mean, those guys were genuinely stunned. That's what's abominable to me. It's like y'all act like y'all been on another planet.
Right.
Right.
Y'all just don't know nothing about the enemy, nothing about the art of war. This guy's candidly sitting down with you and explaining, yeah, we really want to kill you. He just can't come straight out and say it. But it's implicit in every breath he takes that he wants to kill us off. Charles Barkley picked up on it by saying, you want to put your foot on my neck. Now why you want to do that? Why you want to put a foot on my neck? I've been serving master for a long time.
I've been entertaining y'all for a very long time.
Right.
I
got a white wife. I picked up two of her kids. Massa. I'm gonna make them rich. I'm gonna I want to make the kids rich. I even had a child with the woman, and we got a little baby. And now you don't want to be my friend. I thought I was white. I'm famous. I thought I was white by now. You mean to tell me, come on, Spencer, you're not gonna give me the white card. It's like, wow. Wow.
I know it broke his heart. I know, like, even in the beginning of the video, I mean, just the way that he, that the Spence guy kind of, was like, wow, it was almost as if he was like, wow, I'm getting to talk to Charles Barkley. And then he put everything back into reality when he said, when he said, you wouldn't want me to move in your neighborhood. Right. Exactly. I would not.
Right. I think he was baiting him.
Yeah.
He was baiting him. Because that guy is he's really shrewd. He does his homework. And I want to tell you, I like some of the points that he was making. All this multiculturalism, I'm not for it either. I want to tell you why I'm not for it. Because we're always the suckers at the bottom.
Right.
I hate multiculturalism. I'm not for it. No. It's never benefited us. As soon as you start talking multiculturalism with our people, guess who's gonna be your representative? Charles Barkley.
Right.
So you know you're gonna always have the short end of the stick because they ain't got enough brain acumen and brain cells and strategy acumen to make any type of policy that benefits us exclusively. We want to do stuff, and I want to say this. This is the problem that I have with the Women's March, the Trump march. I could care less about Trump. They strolled out all these black women on the stage. They strolled out all these black women on the stage that's talking about transgender and all. No.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we fighting? Why do we care about transgender?
Right. Fight everybody's agenda but ours. Yep.
Everybody's agenda but ours. And what our agenda should be, the Most High's agenda.
Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's supposed to be our agenda.
Right.
So I don't care who they was. I don't care how many degrees they have. I don't care what they was the professor of. I'm not feeling it. You are my enemy. I don't care how black you are, brown or light skinned you are. You are my enemy.
Mm-hmm.
You want to fight for gays, trans, and what's that other word? Androgynous people. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop. No, I don't want to hear nothing about androgynous. The next thing is going to be bestiality.
Mm-hmm.
And pedophilia. And you're going to have, guess who they're going to roll out there? The black woman that they paying money to. That's the only reason why our black women is out there in the feminist movement.
Mm-hmm.
Black feminism is nothing but white supremacy. What did the feminists say when Sandra Bland got shot down? Where was they at then?
Nowhere to be found.
Oh, nowhere to be found. Interesting. And the way Sandra Bland was acting, I hate what happened to her, y'all. She sounded like a feminist, the way that she was talking to that police officer.
Mm-hmm.
The way that she was carrying on with him, it sounded like that little black feminism stuff.
Right.
Right.
Ooh, I can't wait to get to court. Ooh, boy, my lawyer. Ooh. I said, wow, feminism has destroyed this woman. Next thing I found out, the lady was dead. It literally destroyed her.
Yeah.
White women ain't gonna come to your rescue when you get killed. You're the enemy of the white woman.
Yeah, that's true.
These white women throw you a few little butter biscuits and you get happy. This is crazy, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get back to our Elohim, our power. But we want to be with the white man, the white woman's power, white power. That's what we want to be with, the Asian power. We want to be everything but Israelites. I don't appreciate this stuff. I don't appreciate it. And I'm going to tell you something. A lot of our leaders, yes, they have done great things. They have done some remarkable things, but they haven't chose the greatest thing, and that was serve the Most High. That's where I could differentiate between the great things that they've done, the accomplishments they have done, the great inventions that they come out with, the things that they did, even with the best intentions, even though they were wrong. I get all of that. But guess what they did? They put us in a more vulnerable position. Every single one of our leaders, even in education, civil rights, Black economic empowerment, they have put us in the hole further. We're still falling in the what's that? The hole, the rabbit hole.
Yeah, rabbit hole.
The sunken place. they put us deeper in the sunken place with all their best efforts. And I understand why the scriptures say, all your righteousness is as filthy rags.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're doing these things with the best of intentions, y'all. But they're not developing the character of the Most High. And that's what makes every effort filthy rags.
Yeah.
It's never gonna, hey y'all, it's never gonna work. I don't care, y'all, if we, let's say the government appropriates funds, set aside funds for us to rebuild Tulsa, Oklahoma and make it twice as big and twice as successful as it ever was in our day. Y'all, I'm not going to be impressed, y'all.
All right.
You know why? Because first of all, we're not going to be able to know what to do with those kind of resources.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing we're going to do is open up a Christian church, build a mega Christian church in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Right.
Exactly.
And we're going to have a big giant picture of white Jesus up in there. We're doomed. We're doomed, y'all. We don't know what to do. The church is going to be comfortable. It's going to have air conditioning. They probably have a swimming pool in it, a gym. They're going to have all kind of stuff in there. And we're going to be feeling real proud because Massa gave us funds to build a white church for black people who really Israelites and don't know it. How inclined you think we're going to want to be Israelites if the government gives us enough funds to build Tulsa, Oklahoma over again and make it modern today, and it's twice as big and twice as rich as it was?
You would have more incentive to go with Satan's mountaintop and
Hello.
the Most High.
You're good. You're good. She did it. She went there. She went in there and choked that thing. She went to the jugular. Exactly. That's the mountaintop. They give us the money to build Tulsa, Oklahoma, and guess what? They say, you know what? You're going to be able to have your own black teachers, your own professors. We're going to build you give you funds for a state-of-the-art university. We're going to give y'all reparations. Y'all, if we get reparations, the Most High is probably going to split the earth in half.
Yeah.
We're gonna go into demon worship so heavy.
Yeah.
We're gonna go into black power and Egyptology and Marky Garveyism so heavy. We're gonna start worshiping every god under the heaven. Why? Because we got reparations. And our enemies are gonna know, oh, we really gonna be successful now.
Right.
Because they never gonna come back to their God. So if they give us Tulsa, Oklahoma, they give us a nice bank, and they even put money in the bank for us, we're going to be able to be saved. That's going to be worse than them shooting us in the streets. The effects of that is going to be worse than them just coming through the ghetto and killing off everybody. How comfortable we going to get? You know how arrogant and boasters we're going to get?
Right.
We're going to open up brothels, all kind of marijuana dispensaries. We're going to have all kind of gangsters up in the place. If they gave us reparation, please, y'all better pray that they never give us no reparations.
Right.
They gonna give us car dealerships, Cadillac, Lincoln, Lexus. Y'all, please. Free housing. free education. You won't even have to pay because it's reparations.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna give us funds so we can have do international trade. That is going to be worse than killing us in the streets like they're doing.
Right.
Actually, the killing us in the street is going to be a blessing compared to getting reparations.
Yep.
As long as they're shooting us, we're looking for an answer outside of our enemy.
Right. Right.
When somebody's hitting you in the face, you're not looking to them for a solution. I guess I got to pull back on that. Because we do be in the middle of the street talking about no justice, no peace.
Right.
Boy, we make things so complicated. I can't even talk about this the way I want to because we're going to do something stupid.
Yeah, I know. It makes you think of that verse in Jeremiah, like chapter 2, verse 14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled?
Exactly. Why is he spoiled? Y'all, I'm going to tell you, y'all better pray to the Most High that they cut off Section 8 and these benefits. You better pray. Look what these benefits have done to our people, y'all. Look what they've done.
Right.
Y'all, we're going to have a place to live. We're going to always have a place to live. What these benefits that they give us, they are a form of reparations to keep us docile and ratchet.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, we're no stronger now because of these set-asides. We're no stronger. We're not crying out to our power more because we're not. The ability to be able to the ability to be able to go get these jobs and stuff. We so immersed in these jobs. It's like okay, you know, whatever. I get paid Friday, so you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just set asides, it's even the jobs that we have, y'all. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't have jobs.
Right.
I'm saying that the jobs that we are having are making our hearts cold towards each other.
Mm-hmm.
We don't care about each other's well-being. We are not utilizing these jobs and education that we have, connections that we have to help our people.
Mm-hmm.
And to call out to the Most High that he set us up as a nation. As the more comfortable we are, the less we call out to him. That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
I don't care if you're a brick mason, a carpenter, whatever, an engineer, a hairdresser, a barber. We're not inclined to call out to our God. Something really's got to change with us because we need like a jolt of power, a wake-up call.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm looking at all these innocent people getting shot in the streets and stuff, and I'm saying to myself, I'm like, this is coming from someplace. Yeah, the individual might be innocent, but guess what? Our nation is not.
That's true.
And the Most High is trying to get our nation's attention. Mm-hmm. Death is nothing to him. It's nothing to him. He could raise you up and he could have you live. He could kill you. That's not a big deal. He could raise you back up. And a lot of these people that we seeing, some of these people we seeing getting killed in the street, they're going to be raised back up.
Mm-hmm.
It's not over. It is painful to watch. It is painful to watch. The little boy who got killed the other day. The high school student that got gunned down.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, people bring out, oh, he was a straight A student. Yeah, I mean, but what was he going to be? What was he going to be? He was going to be another pawn of white mommy and white daddy. That's more of a punishment towards us as a nation than in the individual in particular. The Most High is trying to wake us up, y'all. But all we want to do is say no justice, no peace. Well, the reason why there is no peace, because we're not seeking for the justice of the Most High.
Right.
We're looking for the justice of white mommy and white daddy.
Right.
You know, it's getting bad. And they're going to start cutting out all these little payouts that they're doing. They're going to cut that out. I actually read about some legislation that they're passed in one of these states where they want to make it where you can't even sue the police.
Oh, wow.
Even when they are guilty of murder. It specifically said when they're guilty. That's the Most High. That's the Most High. Yep. See, we think we're gonna get paid because when our people got killed, but the Most High said, I'm gonna turn that thing off. You're not gonna have any solace. You're gonna be truly bereaved of your children. So, but anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. It was a pleasure talking to y'all, and I'm glad.
Likewise.
Yes.
Yeah, Mariah, this was good to hear y'all voice. Mariah and brother Malchel of the Gray family, Gary family. I don't know why I keep saying Gary.
No problem.
Yeah, that's all right.
The Gary family. But anyway, yeah, it's a pleasure talking to y'all, and I hope that, you know, hey y'all, I do love our people. I love our people. I don't like the things that we be doing. I don't like how long we've been deceived. That's what I'm really upset at. It's really not about one individual.
Right.
It's really not about Charles Barkley, but it is something about that persona that he has. It's a very dangerous and antagonistic persona for what we should be trying to do.
Right.
You know, I don't have nothing against that brother. I don't know him like that. But boy, I'm telling you, that just boils me. That just upsets me, you know?
Yeah.
And all of us got people in our family like this.
Yeah.
Yep. And I would even say some of these characteristics even run course through our personalities. And we need to get rid of these things because they're going to come a crisis where we're going to have to be able to stand strong and we ain't going to be able to budge. I don't care if we're going to have to live or die. We're going to have to draw a line in the sand and say, hey, nah, that's nah. Right.
Yeah.
But he said his grace is sufficient. And so, but we cannot try to exhaust it. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. It's getting late. I want to say shalom to all the saints.
Right.
And you all have a good night.
Thank you. You too. Shalom.
Shalom. Hey, Sean, 24 Price, you still here, man? I meant to call you today. You know, this is easy. I guess he's not here. Give me a thumbs up if you don't mind, if you haven't. And I'll appreciate that. Thank you.